Hey everybody, Law Office of Patrick Hopkins bringing you another immigration blog. Today is going to be the process for applying for a spouse of a United States citizen. Today, this one is going to be if the person you are sponsoring is inside of the United States currently. So the processing time here takes 6 to 10 months, and really that's from the time they receive your application, and as long as there's no delays. Delays happen when you don't fill out your forms correctly, or there's a problem that immigration sees as a red flag. So how much is this going to cost is always a big thing. Without attorney's fees, currently as of 2017, it costs a little bit under $2,000 to go through the whole process. So this process starts with filling out paperwork and gathering evidence of your marriage, that it's legitimate and it wasn't for the purposes of immigration. This is a real big thing that a lot of people don't take very seriously. So if you need help figuring out what kind of documents, there's lots of websites out there that'll let you know. You can call an attorney. But most of the information that you're going to be filling out is going to be biographical information about you, information about your family and their family, that kind of stuff. You'll also need to show that you have enough income to support your spouse, or if they're here currently working in a legal capacity, they can also put their finances in as well. So after all that paperwork goes in, what happens? So after a couple of weeks, they're going to get what's known as a biometrics appointment. It'll say you need to show up at this address, at this time, or between these time periods. And what that is they're going to take fingerprints and they're going to take a photograph and basically put them into the system. A little while after that, usually 6 to 10 months after the application is sent in, they will get an interview date. And you and your spouse will go and be interviewed by an officer of the immigration services. And they'll basically be asking you questions about your marriage. So this process isn't too difficult. Most of the difficulty is really filling out the paperwork and getting the required evidence together. If you have any criminal issues, you or your spouse, it's very highly likely that you'll need an attorney. So, I always suggest if at any point something seems complicated or confusing, even if it's just a question, call up a local immigration attorney, and sometimes just you can ask them to do a consult to ask questions. Or just pay their hourly for maybe clarifying things. Works well, but other than that, it's not too terribly complicated.